Well, firstly, Sophie, just want to say huge congratulations on becoming the first ever female winner of the Next Golf Tour. I mean, that must feel absolutely incredible.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I don't know, it's just fun to play against the men and to see like the leaderboard and you can play among them. Yeah, it's just it's fun and then especially to win it. That's very very big for me, yeah.
I can imagine it feels quite surreal as well. You've been
Yeah, I
playing
don't think I've
that's the thing.
exactly. It's weird to play against other people when you're not playing against them in person. But still it's yeah, it's different, but I don't know if it's I haven't really realized it yet, but I think I will in a few weeks when the money gets in.
Yeah, definitely. Perhaps you can tell a little, you can tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, when did you start golfing, your kind of background?
Yeah, so I played when I started playing golf when I was 10, so that's 13 years ago. And there was a golf course that was built around my house, so that's how I started. And then I moved from home when I was 15. And then I went to the US to play golf in college. And last year I decided to go back home to Denmark and turn pro. So it's very recent and I just played a few tournaments in the fall. So yeah, it's the beginning of it.
And you're quite early on in your career at the moment. What are your aspirations in terms of tours?
So right now I'm playing on the LAT axis, but I really want to play on the LAT next year. So that's my goal, and then LPGA in a few years.
In a few weeks. So, like, that would be
Yeah,
impressive.
that's gonna be hard. No, in a few years.
um,
Yeah.
I can say loads of the girls who play on the LAT absolutely love it. They say it's
Hmm.
such a wonderful tour.
Yeah.
So that'll be very exciting for you, especially being in Europe, surrounded by like
Hmm.
amazing players as well. It'd be incredible.
Yeah.
And see, you're super early in your golf career, as you said,
Hmm.
but how does this achievement rank in terms of everything so far?
So it's probably one of the highest ranked. I had a lot of good experiences and memories from my amateur career, but this is definitely one of the biggest one in my profession. Yeah.
And did you think it would happen so soon?
No, I was very surprised, and yeah, it's different than playing outdoors in tournaments, but this was so fun, and yeah, it's I was very surprised that this is gonna be like my indoor season and my off season, but yeah, it's been so fun.
Yeah, I mean, you've been playing super well in basically round one, round two, and obviously you've
Hmm.
won round three. What do you feel like was the secret to you being able to play so well?
I think I think it was very lucky for me that we're not doing putting because
Oh,
I
okay.
yeah, I'm very good ball striker and I don't know. I play a lot on TrackMan and do a lot of drills in there, and I don't know, just hit it close and get the birdies. But I changed a few things for this one where I normally just hit drivers everywhere, but this
Mhm.
time I had to hit irons from some tees just because there's a lot of trees and yeah, I was struggling a lot in my practice rounds, so I had
Really?
to change up the plan. Yeah.
See, that's clearly good. That practice run is super important
Hmm.
to play before you actually play the actual event. Obviously, it's helped you a lot to understand. But one thing that I find super interesting is how well the Danish team is doing. You had a
Yeah.
Danish winner for round one, round two, now for round three. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I think right now because the weather's not the best in Denmark, we can practice indoor and just use the simulators like very often.
Mm.
So I think that's one of the reasons that we're so used to using it. And yeah, Tregman is a Danish product, so I think we've used it for years, and yeah.
And also your back nine was absolutely incredible. You got four birdies in the last five holes. Like, how did you manage to keep your composure? Like, what helped you achieve that?
I don't know. I was just like after the first night, I was like, okay, this is okay, but I still need to make some birdies because I looked at the leaderboard before I played. So I was just like, how do I play these holes like better than I did before? So I just took one hole at a time and just tried to hit it close. Yeah. So it was very easy, even though it wasn't. But
Did you have anyone there supporting you and helping you through it?
no, it was just me in the corner. Yes.
That must be so interesting because like it's yourself, you're like, right, I need to compose
Mhm.
myself. No one's telling you, like obviously when you're on tour or whatever, sometimes you have a caddy or someone helping you
Yeah,
keep composure, but because between shots, there's literally no time. You're just hitting your next shot. You have no time to
yes,
think. So how
yeah.
did you kind of manage that?
I don't know. I feel like I know that I play these rounds differently than I do outdoors.
Mhm.
And my coach was like, you need to like focus and do more to play better on these tournaments. And I don't know. I just like it's funny because I didn't have any reactions either. Like I made a birdie, I'm like, okay, next shot. So yeah, it was weird, but I think it was a good thing too because I was more calm and yeah,
Mhm.
just more focused on each shot.
And helps you with like, managing those highs and lows within your game, maybe?
Yes, that's one of the things, yeah.
Were there any particular highlights from any shots that stood out to you?
I think there was a few, like one of them I was very surprised. I think it was on 17. I didn't realize the pin was like in the front and then it was very slopey on the back and I hit it like way too far and it spun back and I was like, oh, okay, that's good. um, but I think that and then I was very like I played the course a few times earlier and on the long drive hole, I was just like trying to get it in the fairway so badly. And I just like I hit it so bad, but it was in fairway and I was just so happy. Yeah, but I think like in general, I just hit it like a lot of good shots and hit them close and yeah, just made a lot of birdies there.
Were you thinking about those mini games whilst you were playing?
Yes, I was.
You were.
Yeah, mostly like long drive for sure. Just because I know that I like if I hit it well and solid, I can get it up there. So definitely that one. Yeah.
And then you should have been thinking about the birdie streak as well.
Yes, I know. I messed it up, man. I think it was 16. I made a par. Yeah.
And at what point in your game did you realize that you actually had a chance of taking the lead?
I think that's when I was -3. Like I knew it was -5, the leader. So yeah, when I was -3, I was like, okay, just one more birdie and it's gonna get up there. And then I was like, I was so nervous playing on 18. On the tee, I was like, okay, I might need to take a practice swing here. Yeah, so but I realized that after I think it was 15.
And then how did you feel when you finished on 5 under?
I was shaking. I was like, "Oh shit." I'm like I'm lead like I'm in the lead and like I knew like half the field hadn't played yet. So I was like, but I was shaking my hands like yeah. It
Oh
was
my
such a weird
God.
feeling. Yeah.
And then obviously you said half the field haven't even played yet. Obviously the
Mhm.
leaderboard is coming in every single day. Were you checking it a lot?
I was definitely like especially on Saturday. I was just like reloading the page over and over again. There was one time I was like, did I use the app too much? Because it didn't load anything.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
I was checking it very often.
What did you feel you were more stressed about playing the actual game or knowing that your score is and you're still waiting for the other scores to come into the leaderboard?
When I was waiting for this course, for
Really?
sure. Yeah, yes. I tried to like make myself feel the way that I do when I play tournaments, but I just couldn't get that feeling. So when I finished and just was like waiting for other players to come in, it was just yeah, it was just another feeling that I haven't felt for a long time.
God, your family must have thought you were crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, they were like, "What?" But it was fun. Yeah.
So how do you find playing competitive golf on a TrackMan simulator? Because obviously you've had a lot of experience outside,
Mhm.
but simulator is slightly different.
It is different because you don't see the other players and I mean, you could look at the leaderboard before teeing off and do all these things, but I think the most important thing is that like you don't play with other people. It's just like you hitting the ball like one hole at a time. Yeah, so I think it's different, but at the same time, it's very good, especially here in the off season, that you can still play competitive golf, and even though it's indoor, it's still the same kind of feelings that you can get. So yeah.
And what kind of advice would you give to someone who would be attempting to play competitively on a simulator?
I think if you normally like to play competitive golf outside, I think it's very important to like still practice that feeling and try to play well and go low, like a low score. I think that's sometimes when I'm indoor, I just tend to practice a lot and work on my swing and sometimes get too far away from, playing in tournaments and playing around. So I think it's very important yeah, just to do that and practice being competitive and all of these things so you're ready to like when the season starts. Yeah.
So have you always played on simulator since you were young, or is kind of like a new thing?
No, this is, I think I played my, like for the first round, I think I played my third round on the simulator.
Oh,
I have
really?
not, yes, I
Wow.
use trackmans a lot and simulators a lot. I just don't play like around in there. So yeah, it took me a few times to like get used to it and learn how it worked and everything because it's a bit different, but yeah, so but I'm playing it a lot right now.
And you're loving it.
Yes, I am.
And in terms of your emotions during simulated golf versus outdoor golf, would you say they're the same or slightly different?
They are slightly different, yes. I think I'm way more calm when I play on simulators just because I don't have all these like things coming in and out of my head. I'm just like hitting one shot, learning from it and like just try to hit the better after another. Yeah, so I'll just say that it's just a good kind of feelings that they're changing and I think I'm gonna try to use that outside when I play.
Yeah, do you think it helps mentally then just be kind of teaching yourself to move onto your next shot, not thinking about whether it's good or bad, which I think in outdoor golf sometimes you can dwell on it during that
Yes,
walk in your shots?
yes. Yeah, I think that's especially one of the things that I think will change when I go outside. To just
Mm.
like, yeah, be more relaxed when I hit and all of these things because like one shot doesn't mean everything, but I mean in the end it can, but yeah.
Yeah. No, I think it's such a good learning. And I love how people are taking away different things from both types of golf to enhance their
Hmm.
game overall on all different places. So why did you actually decide to get involved with the next tour in the first place?
It's funny because I was playing the Q school and for the LAT in December.
Mhm.
And I asked my coach, I was like, I got this email about the next golf tour and I've never heard about it. And I was like, do you think this is a good idea? Like you have to pay and mount, but it's not big, but at the same time, I was like, I don't know. And then he was like, yeah, why not? Like it's a good thing and you can still like be competitive and do all these things. So yeah, that's how it began. And I was like, after the first, I was like hooked. This is what I'm
Really?
gonna do the next few months. Yeah.
What did you like so
So
much about it?
I don't know. I just like that you could compete indoor and still like have something else and just practice and hit balls and all of these things. Yeah.
And I guess not travel as much and you don't have to pay for
Yes.
accommodation or anything,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
helps. And
Hmm. For sure.
how important would you say this opportunity is for players like yourself?
I would say that this keeps me like in a good flow when I practice in off season because like I said, it's just so much about hitting a lot of golf balls and working on my swing where I think this is just very important for me to keep like working on when I still have these periods where I don't play a lot of tournaments. So I just think that it's very important if you want to be a good competitive golfer.
Yeah, and it probably keeps your mind engaged as well and like in
Yes.
competitive mode, which is hard to do
Hmm.
when you're just hitting balls on the range.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Um, what will this prize money do for you? Will it help support you with future events?
Yes, it's gonna do a lot for me because I was struggling to find a lot of sponsors.
Mhm.
I was like halfway what I wanted, so this is gonna do a lot for me. Yeah, it's gonna help me for half of the season. So yeah, it's very important and I'm very excited about this prize.
I can see from the smile on your face, it's making me smile. I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, yeah,
And
it's gonna change a lot.
I was going to say, and also being a female golfer, like this is really important. You don't understand. You're like going to be super inspiring to so many people who may have never played on the next golf tour before or
Mhm.
are looking to play. And obviously, you come out on top on a mixed field. How does that feel?
it feels very like I didn't realize it until after the round. I was like, okay, I played like pretty okay the first few rounds, but still like the men were just like up there like taking the
Mm.
first 30 spots, and I'm like, okay, I'm like I want to get there and I want to like play against them. So this it's been very fun, and I'm just like enjoying it that I can still beat them
Did you get
even
any
though it's in
messages
later.
from them?
I have them like a few, but they haven't played like not players that's playing the tournament, but yeah, from outside.
No, it's so impressive. And how does this make you feel? Would you want to see more female players in the field?
Yeah, I mean it's more fun if we all like more women playing. It's I feel like the last few times there hasn't been been a lot, and I wish there was because it's just it's funnier when you have like half and half and you just like play against each other and there's no like different despite the tea of course, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're doing amazing things for women's golf. You may not know it or feel it at the moment, but just by the pure fact of you're up there, you've just won a
Mhm.
mixed golf tournament. You're the first female to ever win it. It's amazing. You should be super
Yeah,
proud of yourself.
thank you.
Would you recommend the next golf tour to a fellow player?
I would for sure. Just because the feeling of having something to do in a few days and like you have to prepare. You can't just play it. Well, you can, but then like you have to know the course and everything. So I would for sure, just because it's fun to play against others, and there's like you can play for money and all of these things. So yeah, I would definitely recommend fellow players to play,
And will we be seeing you in round 4?
of course.
Yeah. And what do you
Yes.
plan on doing between now and round 4? Have you got anything in mind?
So I'm gonna practice a bit and then I'm gonna play the rounds. Yeah.
Well, we've actually got something very special for you. We have a famous female Danish golfer who has recorded a short message just for you.
Hi Sophie, Eben Tinning here. I want to congratulate you on your next tour tournament. Well done, 5 under par on the back nine. That's incredible. And I can't wait to follow you in your new life as a pro. And I hope you are going to enjoy it and you're doing really well already. So good for you and I wish you a good year.
It's very special because I haven't like even it's just she's like a Danish golfer that everyone knows and look up to. So yeah, that's very special.
I mean, I got tingles watching that. I was like goosebumps.
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like it's not sat with you yet how big this is or how important it is and how much impact it's had.
Yeah. I don't think it has. And it's just like all the feels that I've had this weekend about like just watching the leaderboard updating all the time. I don't think I've realized like the result of it. It's just
Mhm.
it's not there yet, but I'm sure it'll get there.
And if you could give any last words to any female golfers or aspiring female golfers out there, what would you say to them?
I would say that it's so important to have fun and enjoy every moment of this, and go out there and kill it.
Sofie, thank you so much for talking to us today. You've done an absolutely incredible job. And yeah, we're really excited to see what comes next in your career.
Thank you.